Yeah, that's how I was thinking first.
Oh, okay. You know, I've got friends with more degrees than a thermometer right now, and they're completely unemployed. You can never be unemployed if you understand how money works, because you don't need to work for somebody else. You just need to go out and build a business. But people are afraid. You know what? It's funny. I bet they're in here getting all their coffee to go get wired up, to go get in their car, to drive to that job that they hate. Did you see that? You see all these people get up and leave all at once? Now I bet they're stuck out here on the interstate. But it's really not their fault. Did I ever tell you that story? You know, it actually started over in Hawaii at the turn of the last century, that plantation owners needed the natives to work the sugar cane and the pineapple fields. They didn't want them to get smart about money because they were afraid they'd go buy their own land and have their own farms. They would lose the labor and have competition. So what they decided to do was to kind of dumb down their education system. So they purposely took teaching money out of the schools. And it worked so well, they brought it to the mainland in 1903. And corporate America subscribed to it ever since. And I mean, literally, it's by design that 95% are supposed to work for the 5%. That's what the colleges teach. You know, they won't teach you how to become a millionaire. See, there's a story about a young industrialist in the early part of the last century who was so rich and so wealthy, he had his own private zoo, and he didn't allow the public to see it. He was such a serious collector, he actually heard of this antelope that was so rare it had never been caught. There was not one in any zoo in the world, and he'd become obsessed with catching one. So he actually took an expedition to Africa to capture this gazelle. And he actually took a journalist with him to record how he did this. And he found this tribe that knew where they were at, and the tribe told him. They said, "You'll never catch one. You might get within a half mile and shoot one, but you'll never catch one." And he turned to the journalist and he said, "Don't listen to him." He goes, "I don't want to shoot one, I want to capture one." And he said, "Matter of fact, I'm going to capture so many that I'm going to choose the ones I want from my zoo, and I'm going to let the rest of them go." So what he did, he went out to where the herd was known to be, and he spread out his feed, and he put down this like molasses, is very sweet, and he did this every night for 3 weeks. Well, the herd started coming and eating after a while, and after the 3rd week, he sunk a post. And the next night, put the feed out, sunk another post. Put the feed out, sunk another post. And he did this every night for 2 weeks. And then at the end of 2 weeks, he started nailing boards across the post. And he did this for the next 3 weeks, until finally the whole herd squeezed in between the 2 posts that didn't have a board up, and he nailed the board in and had the whole herd in a corral. And the journalist asked him, "How in the world did you know how to do that?" And he said, "Simple." He goes, "Animals are just like people. I'm willing to give them food and shelter, and in return, they're willing to give me their beauty and their freedom." Welcome to corporate America. The only way to get out of it is you got to become part of the 5%. I'm talking about a business of residual income. I'm talking about doing a job one time and getting paid over and over and over again. Musicians do it. They write a song. Every time that song is played, they get paid. Movies. Every time that movie is shown, they get paid. TV shows, videos. An author writes a book one time and gets paid every time that book sells. You know, I've done residual income businesses for 2 decades now. Insurance, perfect example. You sell the policy one time and you get paid every time they pay their premium. Multi-level marketing companies are great examples. Subscription-based, where you can sell like electricity and gas and phone services, and every time somebody pays their bill, you get paid. That's a true residual income. You have to do that, and you have to invest your money. Okay, and I'm talking about a good investment to where your money should double every 7 years. It is going to be the only way that you're going to get ahead of the game. So, are you going to keep running with the 95%? or do you want to join the 5%? Are you in?